Hello, you stunning specimens of people. Welcome back to the channel. Hope that you're having a beautiful day. My name is Justin, and today we are listening to Olias of Sunhillow, this time with side 2. This was released in 1976. So, it is just one day for myself since finishing the rest of side 1. So, let's go ahead and get on the butt side. As always, thank you so much for being here, and well, there's nothing much to say. Got the album right there. Got my lyrics here in the record sleeve on the back side here. And without further ado, let's get into it. This is going to be side 2. This is tracks Solid Space, Moon Ra, Chords, Song of Search, ending with To the Runner. Let me move my fan a little bit. It's a little hot. Hold on, I'm sweating already. All right, let's go. Ooh, well. I feel like we have a lot to talk about on that one. What did you guys think, first of all? Did you guys like that a lot? Did you guys enjoy the journey? Because I found that side two, not that side one was bad, but side two just flowed brilliantly. The way the melodies carried on from each other, from one track into the next, so sequentially. Like there was no, it didn't feel like there was any sort of space between the tracks or anything like that. Besides the tonal difference, that's the only way you could really tell that they were moving from track to track. But the whole thing flowed brilliantly, I felt. John sounds greater and better, in my opinion, in this side than in the first side. Once again, not that the first side was bad. But I just feel like everything felt more cohesive here. There's one point that I want to make, and I'm sure I'm wrong, but it's just like this kind of theory that I have in my head canon. All right. Okay, so we know that story-wise, the Morglade left to search for a new home as the old home was being destroyed, right? Cool. At one point in the lyrics, let's see, let me find it. It's here in chords. It says, it's revealed, the Morglade, she will sail to the earth. I found that one line extremely interesting. Remember in the last video that we just did with Olias, how I said there's this beautiful cultural musical reference with everything that's going on in John's music? You can hear different cultures in the music, from African to Eastern, like to Indian, like everywhere, to Native American. There's so many different cultural references in the music. There's a beautiful diversity in it. What if the Morglade sailed to Earth and they were, in a sense, the first humans? And so when they sailed to Earth, they settled on Earth and they spread their music around the Earth. Hence, all of the different musical cultures we have and the different sounds we can enjoy. I don't think that's actually what the story is about, because I was reading it in here really quick, like near the ending. I don't think that's what it's about. But that's kind of a cool theory, I thought. I don't know, as soon as I saw that line, I was like, First of all, I love how Solid Space, you start off with just the rumbling of the engine. And you can imagine this ship sailing through space, sailing past the stars. Like, it's just a really nice way of setting you up for side two. As at the end of side one, we finished with the Morglade taking off. But I really like this overture. These big chords that kind of sweep and carry this melody through at least this piece. Because especially in this piece and the next, there's not a lot of change in the music. It's the diversity that's built upon that melodic foundation. It's not like, Yes, for example, where the music, changes every once in a while and it kind of goes through a bunch of different motions. Here, John is very content to find a beautiful melody and stay with it and build upon it and make a home out of it. And I think Solid Space is like the perfect example that shows that. This melody, that stays here. This just repeats. If I skip ahead, it's still there, just a lot bigger. So he's not afraid to just keep a constant river that flows, and yet, like I said, he brings light upon it. He puts a lot of, I almost said garlic and salt. I don't even know what that means. He puts a lot of salt and pepper on the base, and that's what makes this a tasty dish. And just so everyone is reminded, John is doing everything in here. Everything. Now, listening to this side, I can especially understand that comment that I mentioned in the last video, that they thought it was Vangelis playing. I can hear it now. And if you listen here, you have that classic John way of pacing in the vocals. And it sounds so beautiful on top of this melody. It sounds like a space opera of sorts. The way that these bum, 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 these big chords, and the way that his voice just soars on top of it, perfectly placed with this organ-like sound. Like, it all just works really, really well. I feel like side two is just like side one is here, like no doubt. But side two is like up in space. That is so gorgeous. His voice is just ringing out over these cosmic mountains. Now it seems as we move into the next track here, the engine's maybe having some trouble. There's some circuitry, electricity kind of happening in the background. And the singing and the music becomes a little bit more dramatic now. This reminded me of Enya. For some reason, like this chanting and the way it builds up, I don't care. I love Enya. I know some people like don't like Enya. I love Enya, okay? I first heard, what was it, Only Time? When I was like, I don't know, probably 11 or something like that. And listen, I love Enya. Yeah, and that slow elevation in his voice. You see that little climax there? This is good. It kind of returns the chanting that we heard in the first part, which is something that John loves to do, and he does it well, so I have no problem with that. I just love the way he chants. And this kind of feels like an intergalactic hymn. Like a church in space. I don't know, that's what I'm kind of feeling like. I'm seeing a glass cathedral on the ship, and I don't know, they're singing, they're worshiping whatever they worship, and I don't know, they're just all coming together. And I think John does a nice job of portraying that in his vocals, because this sounds holy and spacey and calming. And we settle down here a little bit. The whole time I'm listening to this, I'm just thinking, wow, John. John has so much music in him. And sorry to sound cheesy, but what a gift it is to us and from him to be able to share that with us. When I was listening to this section, because they did mention the sun around this section, and I was just thinking like the ship was almost using the gravity of the sun to like slingshot its way to Earth, to their destination. And this just kind of sounds like calmly gliding on the solar winds of the sun. It's just so warm. I love, like, I don't mean to sound like a fanboy, but there's a lot of good stuff in these songs, like a lot. I'm really curious to know what you guys feel though, before I even continue on. Like, do you like this? Do you think this is weak? Does this make you just want to listen to Yes? Or does this leave you satisfied and happy? And then as we move into the last track, To the Runner, it kind of reminds me of Fly the Morglade, in that it seems like renewed hope, you know, the final call, the final lap towards their new home. He's having so much fun playing on these synths and different electronic musical instruments. Can you imagine, and can you see John just sitting there like fiddling around with everything? He's probably like a kid in a toy store with all these different instruments around him. He's just having a blast. And I feel like that part of him also comes through so well in the music. And then we end calmly and gently here at the end of the album. Just bringing the curtains down, bringing the lights down, as I would assume new life is brought to the world, new inhabitants, and a new beginning has just started. This was fantastic. Let's talk about a few of the lyrics here. So, in solid space, hold my life, cross the path, course, and curl my dreams away. Fast the soul, make the break, and even as the stars that form the way, rider. So this seems to be about them, because throughout many times they say rider, rider. So this is, I would assume, them escaping the world. You know, turn the mountain, send them lost among the flowers. I don't know. They're riding. They're flying the ship, right? In chords, Olias, all surrounding the storm, to caress all who fall. Amidst love's light, shine out, call. So brightly to each tribe came release. Higher dreams overtook the smallest hands. Wait for the call, close your eyes, the Morglade, she will sail to the earth. And they're talking about waiting for the call to ascend to the stars, all to enter your heart. So, kind of like I mentioned in the last video, they have this resolve. Now they've found their place, the earth, and that is the resolve to go to the earth and make their home. And then to the runner, hold, come a daydream, ask a flower to kneel when you pray to the runner. Spurn all ye kindle and cradle his sweet pleasure as you just look farther and farther beyond him, beyond him, beyond him. Call for the giver, the taker, rejoicing as you just look farther and farther beyond him. I don't know what that one's about. Okay, I guess I could just read Wikipedia and figure it out. But it says apparently that the Morglade mover lands on the plains of a new planet named Asgard. So I was wrong. And the tribes disembark and go their separate ways. Their mission completed, Olias, Ranyart, and Kokwak ascend the highest of Asgard's mountains to sleep and become one with the universe. I still think my idea of them becoming like the first people and the first men and women and the first humans is kind of cool. But whatever. Let me know what you guys thought of the songs. Thank you so much, as always, for being here. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Sincerely, thank you for watching the video. I know they're longer videos. I hope that you enjoy your Saturday morning. If it's not Saturday morning when you're watching this, whatever time or day it may be, I hope that you're having a great one. And you can follow me on Twitter, all that cool stuff. And why do I always say all that cool stuff? I don't know. Anyways, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.